Let's work on the sleeves. To prepare the sleeve, sew with a big stitch length parallel to the top of the sleeve. This is what it should look like. You also have markings on your sewing pattern from where to gather. Because next you'll pull these threads to ruffle slightly the top of the sleeve, which is called gathering. Try to spread the extra width equally in between the markings. Insert the sleeve's right sides together according to the fit markings, paying attention to the fit markings on the front sleeve and the front piece. You can use the gathering to really set your sleeve in. Now sew around the whole armhole. Please note that the sleeve is not yet finished because we will finish the side seam and the sleeve in one continuous motion. Iron the seam allowances inside the sleeve. Remove the basting threads. Continue everything on the second side as well. And also finish this seam together with the zigzag stitch afterwards. Fold over the hem 2 centimeters 2 times, iron and hand stitch or stitch close to the edge of the hem. You are now finishing this hem and also securing the facing in the same motion. You can see the same thing on the other side here. Now align your side seam and the sleeves and close these in one continuous motion. The front hem should end at marking 2 of the back. We are working this as a flat felt seam again, so here Efi is trimming one side of the seam allowance to about half a centimeter. Fold the seam allowance of the back twice and then continue your flat felt seam. It should look like this and just continue on in the same width. As you can see, you're folding over or folding under the longer seam allowance and then top stitching along this line. That way, your seams will be extremely secured. Fold over the hem of the sleeve 2 centimeters 2 times, iron and hand stitch or stitch close to the edge of the hem with your sewing machine. Here you can see this whole process on the other side again, and you can really see how we are matching the markings of the front and the back to make the back piece of this blouse longer than the front. Now the end of your back piece, we actually would sew this by hand because it will look much neater that way. Last but not least, let's finish up that back hem by also folding the seam allowance twice and then sewing along this line. We have actually done a very thin hem with about 1/2 centimeter. In our instruction booklet it says 2 centimeters, so you are very free to do whatever you want. As the last steps, mark the buttonholes according to the pattern on the right side of the front and sew them in. Sew the buttons to the left side at the same height. You are now done with your blouse. We hope you enjoyed the process and we can't wait to see your projects.